Hey folks, this is a man once again coming at you with another review for a film I feel is very, very underrated. I'm not sure the video's up, but if I didn't put it up yet, should have talked about this film when I talked about my underrated movies. That actually might come later because I have a lot of other videos up. But that is Virtuosity. And again, for those wondering, I did that underrated movies video. It's either uploaded already or it won't be, or just I have a lot of other videos ahead of schedule and stuff come up and stuff like that. But anyway, Virtuosity is from 1995, directed by Brett Leonard. Now, Brett Leonard is a guy you may have heard of. He had done before this The Lawnmower Man. This same year, around the same year, 1995, another film he did was released, Hideaway, with Jeff Goldblum. But both of these films, this and Hideaway, pretty much bombed critically and commercially. And so pretty much Brett Leonard didn't do much. I mean, he went on to do Man Thing, which I'm not really a fan of, at least to me. Uh, Highlander The Source, which is probably the worst, at least one of the worst, if not probably the worst Highlander film ever. And he didn't get to do much. I mean, after 95, both films didn't do anything. He didn't work for 3 years, and then he did T-Rex, Back to the Cretaceous. He did a documentary on Siegfried and Roy, a film called Feed, TV series Breathing Underwater. So yeah, which is too bad because Virtuosity, again, I feel is very underrated. I have a lot of fun with this film. I think it's very entertaining. As you can see, it is a Paramount release, so I'm not sure if I'll put a trailer up for this film because Paramount sometimes are picky. Like, they hate Friday the 13th, but yet some people put up trailers and they get them blocked or flagged or whatever. And this film, I mean, listen to this DVD. First off, this cover is lame. I mean, Justice Needs a New Program. I know that was the tagline on the poster, but the DVD cover is just like badly photoshopped, or like the poster that they released for theaters was a better. Like, this just seems like a lame looking thing. I don't know, just to me. Uh, Again, he looks very photoshopped, Russell Crowe. There are no features on this. It's widescreen, and you have a trailer, and that's it. And I hate these little things. See this here? These little things. To me, it's useless. I know it's meant to keep them intact, but you just gotta do this stupid thing. See, it's closed and it's still intact. It's not coming out. I didn't bounce it like, oh shit. Look, DVD is still in there. If I Now if I do this, oh shit, it's bouncing up the truck. It's bouncing off the mailing truck. Oh my god, I just bounced it on the ground. I bounced it in front of the doorstep. Like those mailmen during that you saw on Yahoo and all that stuff. Like, mailmen, UPS would just drop packages and throw them, whether it be computers or TVs, because they're stupid. And look, I had to take energy, so you don't need the little flaps. But anyway. Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, I think this is his first big American film. I know he had done a film, Romper Stomper. If not, it was one of his first big American films, especially in a big role as the main villain, Sid 6.7. Denzel Washington stars as Parker Barnes, a cop who, there was this bad guy who had his wife and daughter. He went to save them, but there was a trap. They got killed. He got his arm blown off, and he went to town on the guy. And unfortunately, some people, well, he told the stupid newspaper, the TV reporters and the cameraman to stay down during a firefight, and they're stupid enough to get up again. So in the heat of the battle, and he gets put in jail. It's a few years later, and he's put into this program where it's like a VR simulation in order to train police officers, and who they go up against is Sid 6.7. But things go wrong. A guy who Denzel was with at the beginning where they enter this Asian place. I don't want to say restaurant. Um, like this kind of restaurant, you sit down, you eat, and there's a firefight, and his partner's actually Costas Mandylor. That's the guy who would be the other Jigsaw in the Saw sequels. He dies from it, and they want to shut down the program. The guy who helped create Sid 6.7 doesn't want that to happen, so he cons this other guy, played by Kevin J. O'Connor, who you've seen in The Mummy and Deep Rising and other stuff. That, well, there's this sexy girl, chick, um, artificial girl, and I'll give you her program because you said Kevin J. O'Connor made up this thing where it's nanotechnology, so it makes like an android version of the software. So he thinks Kevin J. O'Connor's making an android of the girl, but the guy who created this switched it so that he gets created and runs amok and kills. And apparently Sid 6.7 is like the amalgamation of like 200 serial killers. And one of them happens to be the guy who killed his wife and daughter, Denzel's wife and daughter. So he teases him, he kind of comes to the surface like, hey Parker, this one's for you, and loves to get attention, loves to get ratings, loves to get the media to look at his antics, Russell Crowe's. And basically, Denzel Washington is now released from jail. He gave him his badge again to go after Sid 6.7. And this girl, Kelly Lynch, who's been in a few films like Roadhouse, among others, is along for the ride. As like a psychologist type of gal. And then basically the chase is on. You also have William Forsythe, who's a cop who was friends with Denzel. So William Forsythe is actually playing a good guy here, which is, it's always nice to see that, whether it be in The Rock or other films like that. You have Louise Fletcher, Nurse Ratched. She's sort of I think she's the mayor, something like that, in this film. And anyway, I know these two guys don't look back on this film fondly because they went on to do American Gangster, and of course questions would come up, and you get the hint like they like working with each other, but you just tell that they're not really proud of this film. They'll go, "Oh yeah, that was a wonderful movie," but you can tell they're doing this sarcastically. At least I read up on the interviews they did for American Gangster. This kissed American Gangster's ass 50 times over. American Gangster to me is boring as shit. This is entertaining thrill ride. It did not deserve the bomb. And Russell Crowe is having a lot of fun with his role, 6.7. You have a scene where, he goes, just because I have the fond memory of, God, what was the quote again? Just because I'm carrying around the joy of killing your family inside me, doesn't mean we can't be friends. Russell Crowe's just having a ball and a half. So much fun as the bad guy. I gotta admit, every time when I kept watching him, it kept reminding me of a young, evil William Shatner, like a young, evil James T. Kirk. I don't know if it's like watching him film. I don't know if it's the way the hair's done, or just the look. I don't know what it is. Just I'm sure I'm the only one who thinks that, but current, not the voice, not the pauses, but I'm just talking about just the look, and something about it just reminded me of young, evil James T. Kirk or something like that. I don't know if it was the haircut, I don't know. But it was just so over the top on purpose, a lot of fun. You can tell he's having a ball and a half. Um, it's a joy to watch. Russell Crowe. Denzel Washington plays a great, a guy who has some guilt, who wishes that he would have saved his wife and daughter. I mean, he gets some good drama in there. It's a fast pace. There's a lot of entertaining action sequences. I think Brett Leonard did it. I will say this is Brett Leonard's best film. I mean, I like The Lawnmower Man alright. Hideaway, I have to watch again. I mean, I remember it being okay. But Denzel and Russell Crowe, yeah, this film didn't do well. It flopped. And it didn't do well critically. But I think, and I know Denzel, I think he said at one time that he did the film because his son wanted him to do it. Maybe his son, knew what he was talking about, but I don't know if it was because, before this, the Denzel had done Malcolm X, The Pelican Brief, Philadelphia, Crimson Tide, and then after this he did Courage Under Fire, uh, Devil in a Blue Dress, which I'm sure was a film he was more involved with, but if the guy wants to apologize for a movie, he didn't apologize to me. He didn't apologize for the film, but you didn't. You did. It's one of those things that you almost you're almost glad there wasn't a special edition of this because you doubt these actors would talk good about this film. You can just figure that. It's like I'm sure if you ask, like I wonder if I asked Stallone, which I love Cobra, but I wonder if he'd be, kind on Cobra. I would hope so, but I don't know. That's the thing. It's a question mark. Would Bruce Willis be kind on Die Hard 2 and 3? Because you never know what, films you love. But I mean, it's their opinion, but it's like, kind of disappointed. Um, but, Denzel, you want to apologize? Apologize for Fallen, okay? You know, give me my time back from seeing Fallen and that depressing ass ending. But Virtuosity is my favorite Denzel Washington film and my favorite Russell Crowe film. The guy who wrote this is Eric Burnt. This guy went on. He wrote Surviving the Game, which I like. Romeo Must Die. Highlander Endgame. He came up with the story for that. It's a shitty story. He did the screenplay for the Hitcher remake. What screenplay? It's copy and paste and yeah. He did the screenplay for the Hitcher remake. Right. Sorry, I'm not a fan of that. But what I liked about, it has a nice soundtrack. I like the score. I agree with my friend Effie. He was talking about the song at the beginning of the film doesn't work the best. The best song is this band. I think it's called Lords of Acid. I guess the song is really called Young Boys, and if you hear the lyrics, it's really weird, stupid lyrics. But the best way to listen to it is the instrumental version of Lords of Acid. That's one. And I didn't realize this. Christopher Young did the score. Christopher Young from The Fly 2 and Hellraiser stuff. I always remember Hellraiser 2. I forgot about that. I remember not the very beginning, but when they're having the shootout in the Asian sort of restaurant. I think that's Juno Reactor. I like that piece of music. Yeah, it is Lords of Acid who perform that music. When it's a, I like that they put in the film. It's during the chase scene where Denzel's chasing Russell Crowe, and like Russell Crowe, if he gets hurt, glass will like heal him up. And I like the effect. I know people say it's dated, but I still like the effect where he'll like because it's nanobites, nanotechnology. It'll like get the glass and refigure him, and like he's driving, getting been shot to shit, and he just eating glass, which heals his wounds. There's a nice action scene with that awesome piece of instrumental music of Lords of Acid when the car turns and Denzel gets with a shotgun, which I guess is an automatic shotgun because he never pumps it. But it's the future, and who knows? Maybe you have the automatic badass shotgun and expendable, so maybe that could be automatic. You could buy it. Why not? It's the future. I also really like the song they play at the end credits by Peter Gabriel, "Party Man." I'm doing a shitty job with it. Just if you see the film, you know what I mean. It's at the end credits. Nice song. Oh, I'm your party man. The party man. I know I did a shitty job of it, but I just found it a very entertaining film, very capably acted by these two guys. Russell Crowe's having a ball as the villain. It's definitely R-rated, so a lot of shootouts. The bad guy's willing to be bad, is willing to, kill whoever's in his way. Just boom, shoot someone right in the head, bloody bullet hole. I mean, granted, I'm not saying it's as violent as like RoboCop, but it's still an R-rated film. Is that PG-13, like a lot of films, including sci-fi films, can be at times. Uh, I like this review from American Urban Radio. A must-see that packs a real wallop, a virtual sci-fi roller coaster of stupendous thrills. And stupendous is like wonderful, excellent. But yeah, I mean, I know these guys went on to win Oscars for Training Day and Gladiator and stuff like that, but you know, I would honestly, this would be the movie I would ask those two guys about. Not Gladiator, not Training Day. I would ask them about this film because I enjoy it a lot. Fun action sequences. I love the bit at the end where he fucks up Sid 6.7, but the psychologist, her girl, is missing. They have to figure out where to go, so they trick Russell Crowe's character by putting into the VR, redoing it, simulating way back during their fight, only to fake Russell Crowe and that make him believe that he threw Denzel Washington over the ledge of the building and killed him. But he gets back up and just go, what the fuck? And he gets back up and then Russell Crowe realizes that he's back in the box after finding out where the girl is. If I have any problems with the film, once or twice, like the music, I didn't care for the music at the opening credits. Um, Kelly Lynch was okay, wasn't the best actress to me, but she did fine. But she wasn't the best in my opinion for me. And other than that, just yeah, the little girl tied up. There's a bomb, and it's that eeny miny mo shit that I hate. Where Denzel, who has this cool thing, by the way, I forgot that during he got his arm blown off, so he had when he didn't save his wife and daughter, so he has a cybernetic arm, which I know my friend Afri kept saying, see, they stole that for iRobot. Which, yeah, black guy, something happened, he lost an arm, and now he has a cybernetic arm. It's kind of hard to refute that. It's kind of hard to say, well, he's got a point. Denzel did it first, and Virtuosity did it first before iRobot. But I do like iRobot, but I like Virtuosity more. I will admit that. But Denzel did have the automatic arm first. I mean, the bionic arm, the cybernetic arm, I should say. I think they are both the right arm as well. No, actually, was it was his left arm? I can't remember which arm it was now. I'll take that back, but still, it's a bionic arm. So, anyway, what was I doing with that? But yeah, the only big problem I have with the film really is the there's a little girl and you know instead of clipping the right wire, it's I gotta bypass. Do I put it here, here, or here? It's eeny miny mo, eeny miny mo. In real life, you would hit the wrong one. It's like watch game shows if you don't believe me. How many times does it pick a door and they pick the wrong door and you're fucked? Like 9 times out of 10, it just I hate that a little bit. I mean, I can understand it's skill or knowledge or your wit, but just guessing and you guessed right, and that's how you build suspense. I hate that. It's like the gun that is going to kill the bad guy, and it just so happens to be empty. That type of coincidence really bugs me in movies. I think it's a cheap way of doing it. I hate that. So, the whole, anybody more, oh, please let it be here, please let it be. I'm like, you know, I don't know why, that just bugs me. I'm like, come on, think of something more clever, or come on, I don't buy that coincidence that you just happen to hit the right one by guessing. Because a lot of people in real life are not that lucky either, but anyway. But other than that, I mean, a lot of good songs on the soundtrack. I like the score by Christopher Young. Um, Great performances by these two guys. They really helped the film. It is a B movie, but these guys, but that's in a good way. These guys did a talented job acting. Fast paced. Sid 6.7 is a fun, sadistic villain. Denzel's a great hero in this flick. Lots of fun action sequences. A little bit of fist fighting, a lot of gunplay. Again, Sid 6.7 when he just hits him right through the back of the head and pulls his little device out. Um, and yeah, Brett Leonard did a really capable job directing this. It's a very, very fun, underrated action sci-fi flick. If you haven't seen Virtuosity, definitely give it a check. Definitely check it out. If you're like, well, I'm not a fan of the director's work, give this film a shot, though. Yeah, I think it's his best work. I like Lawnmower Man okay. Hideaway, I have to see it again. I remember liking it okay. But I love Virtuosity a lot. Very underrated film. And, it deserved to be a hit. It's a shame it wasn't. Great movie. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Take care and see you later. Ciao.